Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for checking out my video. As you can see, I've got a weird-looking machine here in front of me. This is a practice CW oscillator from MFJ. It is an MFJ 557. I think you can see that there. And what it is, it's a CW key or a Morse code key. And it's a straight key configuration as opposed to the paddle that one side has your dit and the other side has your da. That's a completely different thing. This is what we're talking about today. As you can see, it's like Morse code, like the people on Titanic where they're like, "Oh my God, we're dying, come save us," that sort of thing. This key right here is removable with these two nuts and bolts, screws, I guess. It's attached to this, I think that's probably about a 1/4 inch steel plate with rubber feet on it. And it's pretty rigid. I mean, I can hit it and it's not scooching around. If the key itself was just sitting here, it'd be jumping around. Like my other key that I use, I screwed it to a big piece of oak that I can put my hand on and then do things. Anyhow, this has a little battery in it. This screw here, once loosened, and the screw on the other side is loosened, it comes off, and there's a 9-volt battery you plug in, and you put everything back together, and magic happens. Okay, got a volume knob. Sounds goofy. That ain't the goofy part. How about this? Yeah, it sounds like one of those, what's that thing, theremin, where you, like scary movies from the 1920s or something. I like my tone, you can see it, I like my tone right about 10 or 11 o'clock. I don't know if that shows up or whatever. That's what I like it. On this side, there is a 12-volt input, so you can power from your house current. That little boy's got a cough. I think you can hear him coughing back there, poor little feller. It's that time of year, folks. Kind of why I'm breaking this guy out. Home time, a lot of time to do stuff like this. Anyway, 12-volt input, and over here says earphone, but I mean, I guess normal people would say headphone. And it's probably mono. I haven't tore it apart and actually looked at it. I tore it apart to put the battery in it, but I didn't actually look at it. I assume it's a mono. So if you put your headphones on, you're just going to hear, obviously that's not in stereo. It's on or off. Which, incidentally, the first digital format was Morse code. It's on or off. And that's what digital is. Analog is constantly going but fading in and out with modulation, amplitude modulation, which is AM, as the power gets bigger or smaller. Frequency modulation, or FM, which is more popular here, especially in the United States, is the frequency kind of pitches up and down a little bit, and that is how it's modulated. More intense stuff, the frequency changes a little bit. On FM amplitude modulation, when his stuff gets louder or more intense, the power kind of fluctuates, but that's what modulation is. Anyway, with CW, or Morse code, CW, by the way, I don't know if I said it, but CW stands for continuous wave. With CW, it cuts through pretty much anything. If you can hear that, or with a whole bunch of other noise over it, you can hear CQ with a bunch of static and noise and other foreign broadcast stations that come in, especially on 40 meters when Mexico starts doing their stuff, and at nighttime when 40 meters starts coming alive, it kind of drowns out all the sideband, the lower sideband, on specific frequencies, of course. They kind of smush out. They become stronger and stronger as the band sort of opens up a little bit, which is legal for them, but here, it's just something we have to deal with. Anyway, CW, it'll cut through pretty much anything. And if you can hear this, that's CQ. If you can hear that, it's going to be, you know what that is, with all the crap over top of it. Anyway, this is a great thing to learn CW on. I knew it relatively good enough to kind of get on the air and aggravate a lot of other ham radio operators. And there were some folks that took pity in me and kind of helped me learn a little bit more. It's a very simple thing. And like I said, this here is your tensioner. Let me turn the volume off. I don't know how hard that is to push. Now your swing is back here. If you want to really slam on this thing and crank up and down a bunch, that's what this back here. This is your setting. This is your swing, and this is your tension. And your contact is made. Where's the camera at? Right here. Your contact. It probably won't focus, but that's where your contact is made, on or off. So anyway, I think this thing costs $50. And yeah, that is kind of a lot. But for me, it's kind of fun. I can take this with me. And I spend a lot of time in a vehicle. And there's my dog. I think he heard the toenails. I can keep this in the vehicle while I'm waiting on things. I can just do CQ. And I'm going to try again. They say it's like riding a bicycle, but it's kind of not. It's like sign language to me. I know how to spell A, B, C, D, etc. Morse code is similar to that. If I knew someone that was deaf and then I could sign to, I would probably be more fluent and that I wouldn't lose it. I know it, but it's I have to think about every single letter that I'm doing. So let me do my call sign, KE8HSW. So I'll do CQ. That's CQ. My call sign. That's da da da. E 8 H S W. There it is. Okay, folks. Well, I don't know. Little quick one. Hope you like it. If you don't, I understand. Kind of a crappy video, but hey. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good one.